Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Drew, and welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft series here on Time Off. I think this is episode 39 of the series, so we're getting close to 40. Interesting. It just hit me how many episodes I've made so far. So last episode, I promised that we would work on this building again. So I think that's what I'm going to do now. I have not touched it in probably a couple weeks. I think I'm just going to start by moving. I think this white wall here, we're actually going to move back. Probably, yeah, 2 blocks here. I think this will be okay. And we're going to leave these wooden pillars here. So I'm just going to keep working on the wall here, and then I'll show you guys what this looks like after I push it back. And then we got to try to figure out exactly how we're going to connect, like, this piece here. I think I have a pretty good idea how we could just kind of extend this piece. Like, we won't, like, extend it back. We'll just kind of, like, expand it diagonally, I think. If that makes sense. I don't know. Okay, let's see how this looks. See, before I was, like, constructing the whole building, this was a pretty easy drop to make. Okay, it's still pretty easy. I have not seen this yet. I am going to climb on top of the scaffolding. Hey, there's the tree farm from last episode. I haven't done anything over there yet, but I will. Trust me. I had some good ideas from Uzunoru and Haphazardous Waste, so we're going to be going back over there at the end of the episode, and we're going to be adding some cool stuff thereafter. And the reveal... Yeah, it doesn't look that different. It doesn't look that different. Maybe it'll look different when we kind of walk up. Okay, yeah, so you can kind of see that there's a bit more depth in here now, right? I need more scaffolding, too. Where did all my scaffolding go? Oh, I'll tell you where all my scaffolding went. All my scaffolding went over to the tree farm. And I guess this place, too. But I usually have a lot more scaffolding kicking around. I could go back to my house and get more, I guess. So... Oh, that was like nothing. See, I don't want to really break any of the scaffolding around. I can take this one. Did it land on the tree? I don't think so. I think we're good. Okay. Oh, got you. Okay. So what I was thinking here, just a very small detail. I think, like, the small kind of stuff like this could work out pretty well. You know, like, where this block is here, it doesn't have to be a white piece of concrete. We could probably just try to do this to make it look like that it kind of pops out a little bit. Oh, I suck. There we go. Oh, no. Mew. Here we go. And... Okay. Oh, no. Yeah, so, I don't know. Does that look okay? It's kind of hard to tell now with the scaffold. I think that could look okay. It's the small stuff that I get stuck on while building. Oh, whoa, I made that. I didn't think I was going to make that. This is a big ravine. Ugh. Stepped in there a few times. And I'll probably take this one. Why not? Man, this is a tall building. Okay, so I just started filling in this wall a little bit. I can't quite finish it because the roof placement at the top actually isn't in yet. Like, it's not complete. You can see all these holes and stuff like that. We don't need every piece of the building to look the same as the other. I guess we don't need it to completely be a symmetrical build. So that being said, like, when we start putting more kind of pieces on this side of the building, like more smaller roofs and windows that kind of stick out on this side of the building, they don't have to match. They don't have to be the same ones on the other side. We could have, like, maybe multiple small ones on this side, and then maybe, like, a couple large ones on the other side, you know, like windows that stick out. One thing that I did notice in that reference photo that I was using is that they used lamps. So maybe, like, we could try to mix in, like, some glowstone lamps, just to even kind of get away with, like, putting some lighting up on the roofs too, just to kind of light up the place at night. And, you know, a lot of mobs could potentially spawn on this roof. So if we could just try to reduce that a little bit, I think that would be good. But at the same time, you know, we have quite a world to look at so far right now. So I think if we could probably make some like real windows and stuff like that up here too, I think having another lookout point would actually be quite beneficial to this area as well, just to kind of get a good view at some other things, and especially in the future when the rest of this world really starts to fill up too. So, you know, one thing that I was actually going to do for this series was I was going to mod it just a little bit, and I was actually looking on Planet Minecraft for some mods that would extend the daylight in Minecraft. Just make the days, the day cycle longer, so like longer days and longer nights. I really like that, and I wanted to do it for this series, but in the end I decided not to, just because I wanted to keep the game as vanilla as possible. There is actually a way to do it in Minecraft using command blocks, but command blocks is like so above me. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing with command blocks. Even when I go into like creative and I'm like trying to type in like a command like slash something something, I don't get it. I really don't get that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not my mind doesn't work that way with Minecraft, I guess. Yeah, there's a way to do it with command blocks, which would also keep the game vanilla to make the day cycle longer. But even with the tutorial, it seemed a little complicated. But in the end, I decided not to, because I think this is going to be my pure vanilla series. Drop that down like that. How could that look? Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, that's actually kind of cool. I think so. Yeah, I think that's neat. I think that gives it like a little bit more shape. I think that could look kind of nice. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's like any like specific things that you would want to see. So I'm probably going to do some terraforming in here, and then after we kind of see our shape in here, before we tackle this, I would like to get as much as the exterior done. So we'll probably work on the roof after too. I want to make sure I get these holes filled in. So I'll do that. And actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do that before. Okay, change of plans. I'm going to fill in these holes up here. I'm going to try to work on the roof, like the exterior of the roof. We'll finish this wall. We'll finish building up this wall all the way to the top like that one is. And then once we can't really see any more daylight, then I think it'll probably be time to start working on the interior. And then when we start working on the interior and we start kind of like building everything up, if we build more rooms in here and all that kind of stuff, then that'll kind of show where we're going to want to put our windows. And our windows from the inside will obviously determine exactly where we're going to be extending the roof on the outside to kind of shape around the windows, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'll stop talking. I'll just work, and then I'll show you. Sweet. So an hour and a cup of coffee later, I finally have, I think, the outside down for the most part. I think it's complete for now, to the extent where I think I can now work on the inside. The white wall up there, I also moved back 2 blocks just to kind of give everything a little bit of depth, and so it kind of complements the wall underneath it. So I think next step is to probably terraform in here and place down the walls. I'm definitely going to need some more white concrete, I think. Unless we don't want the walls in here to be all white concrete, but All right, so I cleared out the hill that was here inside the mansion. And I've been spending quite a while looking at this now, trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to make this work. Because I'm pretty sure that the walls in here will be made out of the same white concrete that the outside walls are made out of. So yeah, I'm just going to do a little bit more work in here, and then I'll give you guys the update on how it's looking. I have so many caves underneath my world here that I just haven't lit up yet. Anywhere I go, like, there are places even over by the lumber mill. I can still hear mobs almost anywhere I go in my world. So I really suck at that. I've barely been caving in my world, like barely. I'm not a big fan on caving, but eventually I gotta go caving and I gotta light up a bunch of areas, especially to help out my creeper farm too. Okay, so regarding the mansion here, I did some more work, especially on the inside. I don't think I did anything different on the outside, but I'll show you what I have. As of now, I've kind of hit a bit of a creative block. So, first of all, this fireplace here, I'm not really too sure I like it, to be honest. Maybe if it was like raised, like if it was a raised fireplace aside from a in-ground fireplace. I don't know. But I thought I would try it because the interior of this building is actually inspired by Dragon's Reach in Skyrim, which is one of the castles that you go to. And it's one of my favorite places to visit in the game. Okay, so there's a couple issues that I'm having right now. The first issue is the white concrete. It looks very bright in here, and it looks a little too clean for my liking. And I also don't know if I like how everything is symmetrical in here. I don't really know if I like how uniform it kind of looks. I'd rather this place look a little bit more messy, I suppose might be the way to put it. And I want it to look darker. I know when you look up, it looks very dark because there's no lights up there. We don't need lights up there. That high, at least. I don't know what we could really add in here to kind of make it look a little bit more Nordic or a little bit more medieval or fantasy-esque, a little bit more like Dragon's Reach from Skyrim. But I do know that there are some like wood arches that I would like to install too, and some pillars going across from the logs. I got to go over to the tree farm and I got to get a lot more logs for this project. But if you kind of think about it too, and I was noticing this like when I was placing down the stairs here along the walls, and these pillars also, that this is kind of resembling the barn too that we have, because the barn has a very similar layout where we kind of walk in, we have this open space in the middle, then there's the pillars, and then we have the stairs behind the pillars as well. So when you go up the stairs, we also have the staircase, and I'm trying, the other thing, oh, I got to light up here too. Mobs will definitely spawn up here. The other thing is, how do I get to the second floor up here, or how do I get higher in this building by placing the stairs, because I'm not quite sure exactly how to do it at the moment. We could do ladders, I suppose, but I was trying to work stairs into the build, and I'm quickly realizing it's kind of hard because like I would have to put like stairs like maybe like right here that goes up to the next floor to where our ceiling is, because the roof keeps coming over, right? So the higher up we go, the more narrow the roof is getting. So this is going to be like kind of more or less of the upstairs of the build. But yeah, we will have rooms up here. We will have windows. The purpose of everything up here, I'm not sure. We'll probably find some sort of item that we can store here, like maybe all our plants and whatnot, all the plant-based items like seeds and flowers and saplings and grass and all that kind of stuff. Maybe we can kind of store up here. Yeah, so I'll probably play around with some more ideas regarding the interior of this building, but I really want to know your guys' ideas too. And I'll definitely look up some more reference work to go off of. I wasn't looking at any other reference other than like the Skyrim pictures for the interior of this build. But I'm also trying to figure out like what items I should be using on the walls too to decorate it, to kind of make everything look a little bit less plain, because these walls are very, very bare right now. So I don't know. Do you guys like the fireplace? Do you guys like the walls? I mean, I can add another layer of wood planks here. Like I could probably add another layer of wall like that, kind of like what we did with the potions tower. But that might not be a bad thing either. That really might not be a bad thing. So anyway, I think I'm gonna leave this area like it is for now. We'll save it for another episode. We'll come back. But for now, in the comments, let me know what you guys think. And yeah. All right, so I worked on this arch a little bit under the bridge. It could be better. It's still pretty simple, I guess, for the most part. I'm not quite sure exactly what it needs, but I just know that it doesn't look overly right to me yet. But I can show you guys what it looks like on the other side, and I will. But first, let me ask you guys. We all know what water wheels are, right? Like if you think of a water wheel, you could picture it in your head, right? Well, say goodbye to water wheel and say hello to water diamond. I was trying to work on an original design for a water wheel, but I'm having a little bit of a hard time trying to make it look like a round wheel, I guess. I think these probably, like, these points here is kind of what makes it look a little bit more like a diamond. Like, if we got rid of that, and then the edge just kind of comes down like this, I think that would make it look a little bit more round. But the problem is I made it a little too high for where the water is, because typically, like the water wheel has to reach the water. It has to meet the water. And I think typically as well, they usually reach a little bit further down into the water too. I was playing with some spruce, just trying to kind of make my own original design, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know really. I don't really know how I feel about this. I mean, it could look good. I mean, when we're over here and we're kind of walking around and it's just kind of in the background, like, I think it looks okay. Something I also designed it for too was I also designed it to actually hold water on it. And the original plan, actually, I'll describe this first, was I was going to have kind of like a small canal coming out of the mountain here, just underneath our mill. And that was going to pour water down onto the water wheel, right? But it's a little too high for that. I think the size is right. This is actually the second wheel I made. The first wheel was nice and round, but it was just way too small. Like, it was like this big. Anyway, so let's see how it looks with the water. And I think it does help. I think the water does help. I think it does look nice. I just don't know if that's really the best shape for our water wheel or not. But let me know what you guys think. Should I try to adjust it? Should I rebuild it and add it lower into the water? See if I can make it a little bit more round? Or do you guys like the idea? Or do you guys like the shape? Do you like it as it is now? The more I'm walking around, the more I'm realizing how much more work I have to do to this area. Like, again, like I said, this area is not finished. So this will be a spot I'll definitely come back and work more on in the future. Yeah, see, that bridge doesn't look too bad. Let me move. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I don't think it looks that bad. I kind of like the water coming down, too. I think the water looks pretty nice as it comes down and it meets the, this kind of body leading into the ocean. So, yeah. I think with the water wheel and this bridge, I think this does help the area just a little bit more. I got to spend some time to kind of make it look a little bit more. I think what I really want is I want the area to be a bit more dense, really. So I want to plant more bushes and more logs and all that kind of stuff too. So yeah. Anyway, so that being said, regarding this house too, I'll wait for some feedback before I go in and I tackle it a bit more. And then we'll do some more work here in the future. And then the lumber mill will also come back and do some more work in the future. Until then, I'll figure out what the next episode's going to be. And whenever I decide, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.